Alright, let's learn how to play like Luther Perkins. Again, I made a video a few months back where I showed you how to play like Luther Perkins, and I didn't talk in it. That's just how I learned, just kind of seeing and then doing. Some people learn better when you actually explain it to them. So, we'll do that in this one. So, on the tab, it's going to say Luther Perkins picking, a very basic version of the famous Luther Perkins picking style. But below that, what it says, colored numbers represent the bass notes, the 1, 2, 3, 4 beat. And black numbers represent the between notes, the and beat. So you've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let's say we're on an A chord right now. The colored numbers are going to be your bass notes. So you have your 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then all the black numbers are your between notes. So your 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Make sense? It'll make sense on the tab. So the important thing for this picking style is to learn how to palm mute. And the way that you palm mute, you're going to put the palm of your hand on the saddles, right there. And palm muting dampens the strings. It mutes the strings. That's important for this picking style, otherwise it'd be out loud. And that's kind of how Bob Wooten does it, he just plays out loud. Sometimes he'll palm mute. A lot of the times he palm mutes actually, but sometimes he just rings out, and that's okay. Alright, so let's start with an A chord. Play it like that, play it like that. Before you do this style though, you're going to want to learn these chords. So on an A chord, we're going open A string, 2nd fret of the D string, open E string, and then hit the 2nd fret of the D string twice or 3 times. And you want to do it in quick succession. Just like that. And then for B7 chord, we're going 2nd fret of the A string, 1st fret of the D string, move your middle finger to the 2nd fret of the E string, and then 2 on the 1st fret of the D string, or 3. Just like that. Now for a C chord, it's played just like a B7, but you're shifted up 1 fret. So 3rd fret of the A string, 2nd fret of the D string, move your ring finger to the 3rd fret of the E string, then 2nd fret of the D string, hit it twice, hit it 3 times. Just like that. Now, the only exception to this picking style, the only thing that's different, is a D chord. What we're going to do here, we're going to go open D, 2nd fret of the G string, open A string, and then 2 times or 3 times on the 2nd fret of the G string. Just like that. So that's how you play all the ones like an A chord, a B7 chord, a C chord, and then the different one, the D chord. So for the A chord, the B7 chord, and the C chord, you're hitting your A first, going to the D, back to the E, up to the D. So A, D, E, D. And then for the E chord, the F chord, and the G chord, they're all also played the same. So we're going to go E to D, A, D. So E, D, A, D. You repeat that pattern. So for an E chord, we're going open E, 2nd fret of the D, 2nd fret of the A, and then 2 times or 3 times on the 2nd fret of the D string. for an F chord, shift up 1 fret. So E string 1st fret, D string 3rd fret, A string 3rd fret, 2 times or 3 times on the 3rd fret of the D string. And then for a G chord, I'm going to show you both ways, so how to play the standard G chord, then how to play the bar chord version. So, starting on the E string 3rd fret, open D string, 2nd fret of the A string, 2 times or 3 times, open D string. And then for the bar chord version, we're going 3rd fret of the E string, 5th fret of the D string, 5th fret of the A string, and then 2 times or 3 times on the 5th fret of the D string. Just like that. So that's basically how I do it. And I don't know if it's 100% correct. I think that it sounds pretty close. Now, there's some little things that you could do that just kind of add to the sound. So let's play around an E chord for this next example. So something that I hear Luther do every now and then is when he's going in to do the double beat or the triple beat, sometimes he'll hit the next string up. So in this case it'd be the 1st fret of the G string. So it sounds kind of like this. So if you ever see videos of Luther playing, sometimes you'll see his thumb, when he does the double or the triple hit, you'll see his thumb roll like this. And if you do that, when you're plucking the double or the triple beat, you can slide the pick on the G string, pluck that string, like you're coming out of the slide, and you pluck the string, and then you hit the D. So it sounds something like this. Listen to some of these songs closely, and you'll hear that little slide that he does. So that's about the best way that I could explain how to do that one little slide lick that he does. But again, it takes lots of practice to do that. So this is the technique that I've developed over the past 5-6 years of playing this way. Some people might remember that the way I used to play this, let's say I'm in an E chord, I used to do the double or triple beat on the A string instead of the D string, so something like, it was something like that. Actually, I never did a triple beat because I couldn't do that, unless it'd be something like that. But anyway, that's not right. So the old videos that I have play that way, the new videos I have play in what I think is the correct way. At the end of this video, you're going to see the tab, like usual, and after the tab, it's going to show you just a little run through of some amp settings that I would recommend. A lot of people ask me, what amps can I use, what guitars can I use? Really, it's just the picking that you need to know, because any guitar, any amp, any settings, they'll do, but the picking is the most important part. But if you want to be accurate, I'm going to tell you, you're going to want a super reverb and you're going to want a Fender Esquire. That's what Luther Perkins used. The majority of the time that's what he used, at least. But those are my recommendations. So, till next time, practice. I made a video like this a few months back where I didn't talk in it. That's just how I made a video a few weeks back. So this is the, instead of doing the double beat,